Okay, so let us come to the height of the prophecy. The height of the prophecy is that Malachi said, or in his dream he dreamt, if that's a word, if that's correct grammar. He said that this Pope, so based on the prophecy, this Pope, the current Pope right now, who I think is Argentinian or something like that. I don't know exactly, but this Pope right now, and he described him perfectly. According to his prophecy, he's the last Pope. So that means, based on that, and really there's no other way to describe this dream other than divine revelation, is that we are living in the absolute freaking end time. Is that not crazy as hell? To me, that is absolutely crazy as hell, if you ask me. It's absolutely crazy. Look at the nature around here. There's people filming all over the place because the nature here is so beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful, but I like my city. I love my city, to be honest with you. My city is a very beautiful city, but yeah. So according to Malachi's dream, we're living in the freaking end times. And that's horrible news in a sense, but it's also good news for some, right? At least we can say it's shocking freaking news. It's like, wow, what the hell is going on? But that's one prophecy. And I will say that the Catholic Church brought forth a lot of cool stuff. There's no doubt about it. For example, the Jesus Shroud, a lot of very good charitable organizations. The Catholic Church is very charitable. They do a lot of really, really good stuff, right? Because within any kind of group of people, it's made out of individuals, and there's bad individuals and there's good individuals in every single group of people. The Catholic Church has had also a lot of good contributions towards humanity, towards our good, towards the path of good. There's no doubt about that. And for the people who might blaspheme in their heart by denying truth and say, well, how can you say that a Catholic would have divine revelation, blah, 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 right? He's not a Muslim, right? People, well, was Pharaoh a Muslim when he got the dream revelation that there was a guy coming, born Hebrew child, male child, that is going to dethrone him and rule Egypt, right? Was Pharaoh a Muslim because he dreamt that? So on that basis alone, on that basic level, first school grade level disproof of your idea, that should be alone for you. But it goes a little bit more into depth, right? On the second level, as I said, there's righteous people in every group, even if there's groups deviating from the path of God, from the pure path that God taught men. Even in those kind of groups, there's people whose heart is after God. And you don't know their whole life, you don't know their relationship with God, you don't know their personal struggles, etc. There could be people that God loves within any group, and that's the correct understanding. And there could be terrible, horrible, vile vipers and snake people, disgusting devils who disguise themselves as angels in the best kind of group and the best understanding groups on earth, right? And those were the Pharisees, and those were also the Salafis today, right? So the best the purest and good understanding of God's monotheistic truth, understanding of truth. That lies within the Salafis today. Salafis of the past were Pharisees, and Jesus was a Pharisee actually. That's another topic. Just because Jesus disproved the Pharisees for their hypocrisy doesn't mean that he wasn't a Pharisee himself. Just as, but that's a whole nother topic. You have to stay tuned for this stuff. This stuff you have to stay tuned. You have to open your heart and you have to open your mind to understand all the truth that I'm telling you right now. Not because I'm something special, but just because the truth is actually plain simple if you think about it. Just like a math test. Well, math can be extremely confusing to somebody who doesn't understand the basic fundamentals of how math expresses itself, right? How logic expresses itself. How you format your thoughts. The truth is in a similar way, actually. Of course, it is from God. It's revelation from God. I mean, it is guidance from God. But it's also truth, and truth is based on logic, because logic is truth. And so it's all not that hard, actually. That means there's no specialty here, and somebody who reveals the truth is just Captain Obvious, to be honest with you. A guy who reveals truth is actually just Captain Obvious, to be completely honest with you. But yeah, the way he conveys the truth and under what circumstances he reveals or speaks the truth and stuff like that, that's really where it's getting into, well, somebody can respect that, right? But the truth itself, the beautiful truth itself, which is beautiful, absolutely beautiful, that is not necessarily the most respectable thing. Of course, it is respectable within itself because it's beautiful within itself. Logic and truth is beautiful, right? And don't let yourself get confused otherwise. So yeah, let's continue with what other kind of prophecies are there, right? We're now speaking about what other kind of prophecies are there, where are they found, what are they saying, what are they pointing to. So we got in kind of detail, not real detail, but kind of expounded on the Malachi prophecy, and now we are going into well, I would have to think about it for now. I would have to think about it for now. We wanna, and so the way my truth walks work is just let my thoughts flow, right? I don't necessarily build one upon the other till the end in a chronological order. I just spit out truths and contemplate about them. And so that's exactly what we are doing right now. Well, another thought is about the second coming of Jesus Christ. What actually is going to happen then, right? Well, there's pre-events that are going to happen that Prophet Mohamed revealed. Peace and blessings be upon him. There's going to be a giant Armageddon, the coming of the Antichrist, and things of that nature. Giant famine that predates the Antichrist. Giant famine, and then once Jesus is coming, Gog and Magog are going to come out and flood the earth with gigantic-sized armies, flooding the whole earth and exterminating all its inhabitants except Jesus and his followers. Not too sure if one or two people, like a group of people, will survive anywhere else. Maybe in a cave or something like that, but mainly Jesus' followers are going to survive, right? Yeah, so he's going to, after that, after Gog and Magog flooded the earth, and God is going to send a parasite to destroy them all. He's going to let Jesus rule the earth and establish a divine kingdom. A divine kingdom, meaning the kingdom of heaven, but on earth, in an earthly sense. And that's when Jesus really gets his earthly credits for what he preached and what he had to suffer. His earthly credits are going to be so out of the realms of what you can imagine that if you saw that, you would now read and think about the Messiah and his teachings so deep that you want to be, and you would be praying to be part of that. Because Jesus Christ's kingdom will be, that will be devastating. Like, it will be absolutely glorious. The world will be filled with peace. He's gonna have a huge possession right on earth. People are going to live 1,000 years, so the quality of everything is going to exceed everything massively, right? It's massively going to exceed anything we saw today. The quality of food, the quality of the air, because we know from the Quran that if the people on earth sin, the earth gets affected by it. The vegetation gets affected by it. The quality of the waters of the ocean, the fish, etc., it's getting affected by it. Blessings are going to be taken away from the creation of God based on the sins of the people. So when Jesus is going to rule the earth, getting rid of all evil and destroying the Antichrist and his followers, he's going to have a tremendous kingdom with massive blessings in it. Plants over plants over plants, crops over crops over crops, unimaginable amounts of wealth, unimaginable amounts of creativity, inventions, giant cities, huge inventions, revolutionary new invention, the likes we saw in the Industrial Revolution, where cars were invented, and airplanes, etc., electricity. We're gonna have huge revolutionary inventions and great works of people all over the earth that is ruled by Jesus Christ as the King of Kings, right? That is going to be absolutely massive. It's going to be tremendous. And yeah, as I said, the life quality will be way better. People will be way stronger, healthier, happier. No bullshit is going to be there. There's no Karens around. There's nobody around that bothers you, basically. There's nobody who envies you. It's the closest thing to paradise we ever had on earth. Prophet Mohamed said that the kingdom of Jesus Christ will be the best kingdom on earth that ever existed. So it's going to be better than the times of Adam even, right after the fall. Which is another proof that Prophet Mohammed is not a false prophet, as many false people say, but that he's actually the seal of the prophets and a true prophet with the word of truth, confirming Jesus Christ as the Messiah, telling people to believe in Jesus Christ and tell us to follow Jesus Christ, and predicting the second coming and telling us we have to follow Jesus Christ, not the one-eyed Antichrist and his devilish system, right? So that's crazy, guys. That is really, really crazy. So that's about the second coming of Jesus Christ. And I see you guys in the next part of the video.